Everybody, we are live right now, and I am with, oh my God, my mentor, my friend, the great Carl Scott. Carl Scott, I want you to
Hey, good
introduce him.
morning. Good
This is Carl
morning,
Scott.
John.
Man, hey, man,
Nice
man,
to be here with you.
my God, man, it is a completely true blessing, man, to be with you as well, man. So before we start, man, I want to, have people know who you are or what you
Okay.
do and some of your experience and everything else, because
Mhm.
we're talking about healthcare, right? And the
Yes.
reason why that I'm talking about healthcare, man, because it's been a part of my life for, geez, 2/3 of my life, right? So
Yes.
give us a little background about who you are. Give me some experience, what you've done in healthcare.
Well,
We can go from there.
I started in this business by accident. I've
Okay.
always been the guy that people come to talk about their problems. I mean, even as a teenager, they would come and talk to me about their girlfriends and what to do. It's always just been part of who I am in terms of talking to people. So I started out with that, and then I started out in a drug treatment program. I moved from there and got into healthcare in the hospitals.
Okay.
I went and got my bachelor's degree, and then I got my master's degree in health administration because I spent 17 years in a professional therapeutic training program from a doctor named Dr. Tony Gasparo. And he taught me everything I know about mental health treatment, mental health services. So I thought one of the things that I thought in terms of that was there's a lot of managers who don't have clinical experience. And then
Okay.
there's a lot of clinicians that don't have management experience. Well, I had 17 years of clinical experience. So I decided to go get a healthcare management degree, and that's why I went that route. So now I have both the clinical experience as well as managing programs or managing services. So working in the hospital, my biggest challenge, one of the biggest challenge, well, of course, I'm married. I have 8 children. I have 7 girls and 1 boy. Uh, they're all degreed. They're all advanced degrees. They're all doing special things. I am one of the most blessed men on the face of the earth.
Praise God.
So, my wife is a manager. She's an educator, and we always had a sense in our home that one of the things you do is you get educated. No
Absolutely.
one, as long as you're willing to be educated, we will do whatever it takes for that to happen. And all my kids adhered to that. So they're all doing great things. So, anyway, doing that taught me how to negotiate things. So now, in terms of hospital care, one of the biggest challenges is marketing. One of the biggest challenges is how to get your services out to the public. Well, that was difficult because when I worked at a company called Charter, we spent millions of dollars on ads, millions of dollars of TV ads. And one of the things about those ads were they as though they were expensive and they were the best. If you remember this tagline, no one could forget this tagline. If you don't get help with Charter, please get help somewhere.
That was classic.
That was
That
classic.
was classic, man.
If you don't get help here at Charter, please get help somewhere. That was
the most classic
that
line.
line cost them $10 million. That tagline alone. And every time they ran it, they had to pay residuals. Every time they ran that tagline, they had to pay residuals. So that was a very expensive, but it got us noticed. We got out there, and you could hear even patients walking up to you saying, if you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
Carl,
that was their thing.
That was classic.
So one of the things about having a program, first you do the work and you get the program tight. Once you do the work, you get the right people in the right places, and you set all that up. But none of that does you any good if you don't have people coming to your services. And the only way you can have people coming to your services is they have to know about it. They have to believe in it. They have to sense it. They have to think they're going to get help from coming, or else they're not going to do it. So
I agree.
So one of the things that we're talking about today is how can we economically get a service out there targeted to a targeted audience for the service we're providing. How do we do that? Well, we got an answer for that.
Absolutely. To head back to your point about Charter and mental health, that's why I met you. You were my mentor. You trained me in mental health.
Yes.
And I remember those ads like it was freaking yesterday. Remember how they would spend the money, how the kids would come, and then of course when that stopped working, that's when you had to create a different strategy of bringing in kids as well, right? That's when we started doing the Keenwood, and you start doing more different strategies of bringing in patients coming through, right? Because spending $1 million or $100,000. I mean, I used to work for a clinic back in LA. I used to be their CEO, and we would spend $30,000 to $50,000, $60,000 on a small clinic of maybe $5 million in revenue, right? $100,000, and we didn't get that many clients coming through. But the biggest difference was a target. We did the runners, and we would have people pass out flyers. That was like 15,000. Then we'd do the internet stuff and do everything else and try to get everything known inside the community. It didn't actually work. The reason why that I gravitated toward this program so much was of the target. And of course, you mentioned it. We found the solution right now.
We have, and I'm so proud to be a part of this project, because when someone takes hold of this, they get the opportunity. If they have a wonderful, wonderful business, they're doing wonderful thing, helping lots of people, then this is a way you can double that. This is a way you can have lots and lots of people coming to you for help, because you are going to have a targeted audience. When we used to give ads, even people that I used to meet not needing mental health treatment, as soon as I said I worked for Charter, you know what they would say? Oh, if you need help, if you can't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere. So they knew the ad, but they weren't coming for any service. They didn't need any kind of care. So it went out to millions of people, but a very small portion of those people came for care, even though we spent a lot of money to network. Well, how about spending much less money, getting more targeted audience? What's not to like about this?
I agree. How about, man? how about let's start with the program, and then
Okay.
let's go from there, right? So, guys, the program is called the PNBC Group with Mike Lessner. The PNCB Group is Carl and myself. We have a couple more mental health professionals / business people to work with us to actually help better the community. Now, Mike Lessner, just let me tell you what Mike Lessner is. You guys probably heard the name. He's a producer. He's a
Right.
producer back in the 70s. Now, guys, you remember Good Times, like All in the Family, Crazy Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons, moving on up. Anyway, and then we had the Bionic Man, the Hawk, right? He is a gentleman who produced that.
That's
Mike
right.
Lessner.
That's right.
Mike Lessner. Now, for the last 30 some odd years, he's been with PBS, and he have right now, let me hit to it, he have the number one show. So the name of the program is called Learn the Three Things Most Social Media Platforms Don't Want You to Know About the Conversion Rate. All right, so here it goes, guys. And this is like Mike. This is Mike Lessner. If you go to the PBS, it is the American Health Journal with Mike Lessner. That's the program, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But here's what: in the last 30 some odd years, he interviewed 7,000 doctors on PBS. So it's like a fraternity per se, right? It's a fraternity for doctors to actually be on that show. He is the number one health show on PBS, right? He's now on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and he's doing 110 million views. 110 million views, 110 million views per year.
Now, I think we need to understand not just 100 million views, but 100 million targeted health care views. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is a phenomenal thing. It's one thing to have views where everybody sees it. A 10-year-old can see it.
Like a
Anybody
split one?
can see it. But what about if all the people that are seeing it have some health care need that they want help with? To me, when I met Mike, John, you introduced me to him and we talked a while. I was just fascinated and blown away that why isn't everyone doing this, spending their marketing dollars this way? Why not?
So I have a question for you. I have a question. It's a question. Back in the day when Charter was doing their little program back there in the 90s, what would happen if Charter had a Roku or Apple or Amazon Fire, Apple TV at 110 million views specifically for healthcare? I have one question is for you. How full would have that hospital been?
I'm telling you, as successful as Charter was, I think had we had this platform today, then I think we would still be in business and we would still be at the top of the rankings for psychiatric hospitals. This is the coup de grace for any kind of marketing dollar that you want to spend. This is the way to do it.
I agree. So we have a target audience, right? And the target audience is ages 30 years old or older, higher income professionals looking for innovation in their area.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't really stop saying this enough, but we're talking about people looking for health care in their area. Now, we know technology is the way the world has gone, not going. They've already gone there. And so getting help online is not a novel idea. Getting help from this kind of service is not a novel idea. It is the way the world works today. So it's not unusual that a person is going to go to a health care service online to try to find something they need. That's not something that people sort of novelty do. They do this every day. This is what they do. You want to find something? You don't look in a book. You don't go call anybody. You go online and you find it. Now,
Carl, remember back in the day we had the yellow pages?
that's right. Right.
And we'd like look online and we'd figure out what's going on. We look
That's
in the
right.
little pillars, everything else.
That's
But
right.
now, could you imagine this right now? You live in the Northwest Indiana area, right?
Yes.
So imagine they can target the Northwest Indiana area, and you live right around Valparaiso. Target that area specifically
Mm-hmm.
to get you clientels who are looking for your services in healthcare.
That's
It
right.
can be literally any healthcare. It could be medical devices. It could be anything to do with healthcare. It can be look inside your area specifically.
And John, I would ask people to go target, look at Mike Lesner's work to know that this is legitimate. This is something that should be on everybody's table. This should be something that everybody's looking at that's in healthcare, that's doing some good work with people. They should automatically be looking at this service. And we have all the services that one would need in terms of healthcare at your fingertips by a click. That's the way it is.
I mean, and the great thing about it is working with Mike is we are exclusively working with Mike, which is a really
Yes.
beautiful thing, right? It's
Yes.
exclusively. But Mike does phenomenal work. He's been doing this stuff for 10,000 years.
Mhm.
So I mean, well, close to 10,000 years. So here it goes. So here's the higher conversion rates of 8.5 or higher. So as we just mentioned already, as professionals looking for the innovation health in their area. The
Mhm.
average age is 30, as you mentioned, not 10 years old on TikTok or Instagram, whatever is going to take place, right? A targeted audience who are looking for healthcare.
Mhm.
Now, this next one is Carl. It's favorite one. We guarantee 25,000 targeted impressions per month, 300,000 per year. And the
Now,
average conversion rate is less than 1%. Go ahead, Carl. Go for it, man. I knew you'd hit on that one. Go.
oh my goodness.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
If you don't get any other piece about this, then talk to your marketing people if you don't quite understand the value of conversion rates. Maybe you don't understand that. I mean, you're a doctor and you're doing the work of helping someone, and you may have a marketing person somewhere that's sort of looking at this. They understand if they're a professional marketing person, then they understand this. And believe me, when you tell them that we guarantee 25,000 targeted impressions or 300,000 a year, believe me, you're going to get that marketing professional's attention. And they're going to know, well, how much is this going to cost? This is got to be very, very expensive. And then we look at the conversion rates, the average conversion rate. Phenomenal. And I'm glad you got me on the team with this, John, because this is something people need to know.
I got a question for you, though. Here's a question that I have. What would happen if you don't get to 25,000
Let's say
targeted?
for some unknown reason, you don't get to 300,000 targeted impressions for your paid year. You continue until you receive 300,000. If it takes another whole year, well, guess what? You get another whole year. Well, however long it takes to get that guaranteed, that's what you get. And one thing we talked to Mike about is that, even though it's a business, he loves the idea of having doctors do more in their practices, because who doesn't need health care? Everyone needs health care.
Exactly. I agree 100%. All right, let's get to the next slide. My favorite slide.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Guys, now check this out. The highest click-through rate. Google average and YouTube less than 1%. As Carl said, if you don't know this, talk to your marketing person.
Right.
But look at these freaking stats, guys. Hospital in Poma, no more than about 40 miles away from me, for babies, did 9.8%. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Methodist Hospital for knee surgery, 9.5. Another doctor for stress, 8.5. Guys for tooth replacement, cosmetic, is 9.5. Skin cancer, 8.7%. Now let's do some math, guys. If you hit 25,000 guaranteed impressions every month now, that means that 2,000 Pacific people are going to come on your website who's looking for your business, looking for your healthcare. It could be dental, it could be plastic surgery, it could be eye doctor, it could be whatever it is in healthcare. Looking for your service specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then if you have 2,000 come on in, sign up, looking for what you have, and of course, as we'll talk about this in the next couple of slides, we arrange everything that now people are going to click, and become a patient for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing. Do you have anything to say about this page, Carl?
Yeah, just that I would really strongly recommend that if you're not the guy who understands all this marketing kind of jargon, don't dismiss it because you don't understand it, because this is powerful information. Get your marketing person or get someone that knows marketing information and let them see this and let them understand it and ask questions and go through the whole thing. They can call us and we'll walk them through it. But don't dismiss it because you don't quite understand the value of it, because this is marketing stuff talk. Everybody's not abreast with all these kind of numbers and all of that, because all we know is you turn on your TV, you see all this information, you see all these ads, and you say, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is 100 million people turn on the same station. You think 100 million people need the same thing? Half of them are 10 years old. Half of them are 15 and 20. You think they're looking for plastic surgery? No. So it's marketing to the masses, and then you hope to glean some people from it. How about this? Marketing to those that need health care and gleaning from them. Don't you think that's a better way to go? But you need to get your marketing person to understand this. If you don't, if you do, great. Then you know the value of this.
Next page. All right, guys, we provide a setup fee, and here's a setup fee that we have. We do the setup fee, and we'll show you guys how to do the videos and everything else, or else we can even do them. It's for you as well, right? We give you a mobile app based on your industry that you are, and then of course we do a complimentary coaching session, and we're going to cut your costs. So any vendors of that you have or that you're paying right now, we normally cut your costs between 7 to 35%. And what you have to understand, once we cut your costs, that's going to hit the net profit. And that's why your net profit is going to blow up. And the cool thing about it is once we cut your costs, it's going to be almost about the same amount of money that you are going to invest in this business right now. So do you have any questions on that one, Carl?
No, it's just that again, we're talking about not just this piece of marketing business, but now when you join this, you get a marketing team, you get a coaching team, you get a team that will help you hire people if you need that. We'll get it. You have a team that will set up strategies for you that
Well,
you can work through.
let's shoot for the next page. That's the next page.
Okay.
Is your one page ahead. Okay. So what we offer, guys, on this page right here is pretty cool. We offer the executive business coaching, as Carl was mentioning. And the executive business coaching is we work with the front office, the back office, we work with the staff members, everything else, and we help grow the business.
Yes.
Right. And matter of fact, we're doing this crazy special right now. Anybody who's been in business for more than 2 years, right now, we don't double your revenue or we double your profit in 12 months. We will give you back your investment. We guarantee it because I've been doing this for the last 27 years, right? Then we do the digital marketing, the SEO, the social media marketing. We do the reputation management. We do websites and technology.
Yes.
Right? Then we market for healthcare providers only, and we're talking about this right now. Mm-hmm. We do the PR media, and meaning the PR media, we have 300 different outlets, and we can have you featured, and it could be Yahoo Finance, it could be Vogue, it could be whatever that you actually want to, and we have 300 different ones that we can, and then based on your budget as well. We can also do the Google panel. We can also work on your Instagram to actually make it grow between 3,000 to 12,000 per month. We do keynote speaking. That means we do keynote speaking, retreats, training programs. We do mental health for employees. And what that means that I have more than 35 years of experience in mental health field. Carl, what do you have, about 50?
At least.
50 plus years, right? So totally about it's 85 years. We work with the mental health people to actually get them on, because there's a lot of people that have like blocks. So they can have self-talk blocks, they can have mental blocks, and they can have a lot of different things. But here's the thing about it: if you don't deal with your mental health back in the day, it's just in the form of something. It's just something completely different, right? So our number one goal is to figure out where you're at and to get you functioning at work. Because I've worked with so many people that are sometimes in this health, I can't even deal with you. I'm like, oh my God, really? But
how many people? I bet you we could talk to 100 businesses, and everybody knows those 5 or 10 people who are not performing at their best. And we go every day. We get off the phone after talking to them and say, why is that person still here? Well, they're still here because no one is doing anything about it. But they say, but that person does do a good job of this. Well, guess what? They could do a much, much better job if their mental health was intact. They do a much better job if they got some help. But no one wants to tell them anything about that. So we just go day by day, and the person's rude, or the person's having a problem, or they rubbed people the wrong way, or they have very bad bedside manners or something. And we just let it go. Absolutely. We just let it go. We come in and not to get rid of the person, not to disrupt your business, but to help your business grow harmoniously, help your business grow in one direction with everybody on the same page.
Absolutely.
That is a difficult undertaking, but when your company is working like that, there's no heights you can't reach.
I agree with you 100%. And of course, we do parenting team programs as well. Now, you guys, let me tell you, this is a fake. There is, I think, 1% of executive business coaches who can do mental health and parenting teams, and we do both, right? Because this is what we've been doing for, as I say, 2/3 of my life, right? Is mental health and everything else. So
absolutely.
And we do parenting team programs as well as we're doing one this summer, but we have different types of program of that's going on. Do you have any comments on this page that we just went over, Carl?
No, I'm good.
Okay, fabulous. And last but not least, here's our contact information. You can contact us at www.drjohnlilly.com. Phone number is 833-375-6466.
And let me just say, don't just, don't do anything about this. At least look at it. Talk to your marketing department. Let them see this. Talk to us if you need more information or clarification, or you want to go through it slower, or you really want in-depth knowledge about all this. We can do that. But absolutely, the value of this is too much to ignore. And that's would be my final statement to you, is at least you have an obligation to at least take a good, thorough look at it so you can understand the value.
I agree with you 100%. And guys, if you guys have any comments right now and you guys can put them in, I would love to, hear some of your comments of that you actually have, of that you have at all. And if there's no comments, guys, I thank you so much. I had a blast this weekend, man. I mean,
that's right.
It was almost like old times again.
Hey, I love talking about something that's has a wonderful value that will help hundreds of doctors' offices. I'll talk about this all day long.
I mean, because the biggest challenge about it is needed, right?
Yes.
And Carl, we didn't talk about this part, man.
Well,
we didn't talk about that we can also have doctors go on PBS.
That's right.
We didn't talk about that one, right?
That's
so
right.
If we have a doctor who have a different types of theory, or different types of concepts, or different types of systems, and that wants to be on PBS, and here it goes. It's going to say, is been on PBS with Mike Lester. And of course, Mike Lester will write you a nice press release if you do the PBS and the Roku together. And if you do that, of course, it'll be number one, because Mike has been doing this for 30 some odd years. So you have that cloud. But that's another option as well. I mean, here it goes. The biggest thing about is you want to get more bang for the buck, and actually get a target audience who's 110 million is specifically looking for healthcare in their area. Which, I'll tell you, man, if we had that at Charter back in the day, man, I'd still be in mental health full time.
Any type of business, I'm telling you, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. And I would employ anyone that's looking for healthcare, that's a healthcare provider, that want to grow their business, that want to get a special kind of procedure, a special type of thing that you're doing. You want to get on PBS, you want to get on Roku. This is the way to go. Absolutely. And we'll be happy to talk to you about all the particular details, how we come in and tape your program. Yes, all of that. We can talk about all that.
Anyway, man, listen to me. I'm excited. If you guys want some more information, you can DM me. You can DM Carl as well. Guys, thank you so much, and have a phenomenal and blessed day. Take care, and bye for now.
All right. Bye-bye.